I just finished a rim to river to rim day hike, and it's time for another one of my unpopular meditations on mortality. There's a popular phrase, "Don't let the old man in," reportedly spoken by Clint Eastwood to country singer Toby Keith, and the inspiration for his song of the same title. It describes probably the most popular approach to the issue of aging. The song contains a mishmash of lyrics that don't bear repeating here, except for the repeated phrase, "Don't let the old man in." The song was made more poignant when the author died of cancer a few years later. So how did that strategy work out for him? As a person who's had cancer, and with all due respect for the dead, I think the underlying approach behind that statement is denial. Perhaps it's easier to say you'll never die, you can bar decline in illness by not opening the door to it. But how did that work out for Mr. Keith? The fact of the matter is that if you're able to prevent aging, prevent decline, and prevent death, you're going to be the first one to have done it. Even the most fervent religious believers acknowledge that you'll leave behind your earthly body at some point. While the underlying concept of "don't let the old man in" is denial, an alternative is to invite the old man to have a seat and offer him a beer. That's my approach. To me, the underlying concept of this alternative approach is accommodation. Aging brings changes, humbling changes. You're not as fast, you're not as strong, and you're not as pretty. Small things break. I used to think with age your muscles would weaken, but mine are fine. It's the connective tissue that is the problem. The fine muscles and ligaments pull with the slightest strain. My skin is thinned and I bruise frustratingly easily. The process is no fun, but it beats being dead. One of the most humbling concessions I've had to make while out on the trail is using hiking poles. But these poles have already saved me from several falls on today's hike. Not so long ago, I came across a guy about my age who was not using hiking poles. He tripped, fell, and gashed his head open and was bleeding profusely. How was denial working for him in that circumstance? The poles can keep you safe on the trail. Poles are an accommodation of aging. And that's my approach to hiking and to life. But to me, accommodating the aging process instead of denying it is the better approach. Instead of refusing to use hiking poles, tripping and hitting my forehead on a rock, I accept the compromise. I work with the process, and the poles keep me on my feet, as they did on more than one occasion on the hike today. Instead of denying mortality, I meditate on it for a few minutes every morning, and that takes away much of its power. Now, I don't think the bottom line result of denying mortality or accepting it is all that different. We all go out and do as much as we can for as long as we can. Hey, I just hiked rim to rim to rim a month ago. But the underlying assumption is different. Thinking you'll die versus thinking that you're going to live forever. And to me, the acceptance of reality makes these moments all the more sweet. It makes it more pressing to seek peace with friends and family. It makes the good and calm times like this one all the more valuable. It has practical benefits as well. Accepting mortality, I have an estate plan, a healthcare and financial power of attorney, a cremation authorization form. I've even left instructions for my obituary. Now, I don't want one, but if one must be published, I want it to just include my name and the words, "dead, dead, dead." And what about you? Have you made these provisions for your inevitable death? If so, you're probably one who invites the old man or old woman or old them in for a beer. If not, you may well be in the majority who thinks they'll succeed by not letting the old man in. But if that is you, please ask yourself, how successful do you expect that strategy to be? Oh wait, who's that knocking? It's the old man. Hey, why don't you have a seat, and can I offer you a beer?